So here we are. We're going back to this business of taking this logo and getting rid of it. I have brought in, trying to bring in a logo from Dunkin' Donuts. There it is. And I want to get rid of it. Now here is starting to make sense to you guys. You just got done doing a cutout project. Hopefully you got that done. I need to grade that today and tomorrow. So please get that up there. I don't even want to look and see how many people did or didn't do that. But we talked about in the logo how to get rid of that white real quick. Okay, so there's the magic wand tool. It has tolerances, which can help play with them because sometimes it's not picking up as much white as you want. If you increase the tolerance, it's actually more accurate. So I'm going to make one. I have to rasterize it first over here. So I'm going to go to Layer, Rasterize, and then I'm going to make a click with my magic wand tool, delete, and click on there, delete, and there, delete, and there, delete, there, delete. And I cannot remember, I had a problem before. Deselect when you're done. Very important, deselect. Now come over here, bring it down. I got the wrong one. Get the logo, bring it down, and watch what I'm going to do. Oh, I made a little bit of a mistake. Turn that off. I have a little bit of work to do, or in essence, a lot of work to do to get rid of this logo. So watch what I'm going to do. This is very powerful work with cloning. And I tell you, in the world of advertising, there's people right now doing this and making a lot of money, right? So I'm going to duplicate this layer one more time so I have a backup. And here we go. I'm going to now start out here. I'm going to hold down my Option key and make a click. Okay, you'll hear me kind of do it like that. Hold down the Option key, make a click down here, and start to paint. Ready? What am I doing? I'm on the wrong layer. Something's wrong. Select, deselect. Okay, try it again. It shouldn't look like that. Current layer, Alt, opacity. Yeah, it looks good. Blend. History. Let's try it again. Hold down the Option key, click, and start to paint. And go right up. Hold down the Option key, click. That means you're sampling from there and paint right up. I'm going left and right. So I'm sampling. There's a little crosshair. You can't see it, but about 1 inch down below that red circle is a crosshair, and it's sampling below. It's sampling the cup. Okay, and I'm coming over here now, and I'm cloning. This is like real magic, people. I'm cloning out, sampling from below, and painting above. And the cup changes, right? On the left-hand side, it's darker with the liquid inside, and in the middle, it's brighter. There's like a reflection. So as I keep painting like this, and I want to go a little bit darker. So the opacity I want is 100% actually. So I'm going to go down here and do it again. Hold down the Option key, click, and sample, and paint. And you'll get this, but might take a little bit, okay? And it looks like it's taking a while. 100% opacity, I can still see that logo through there, which is kind of odd because I should be sampling. I'll go down a little further and sample here. That might be a little bit more effective. Sample way down here. Then come up here and sample and paint. There it is. Pure strawberry goodness. Painting over the Starbucks logo. Okay. Come down here, sample, and paint. And it should be, pretty darn effective. Okay. Sample here. Paint up here. Sample here. Paint up here. Sample. Paint. Sample. Now up here, I could try it a little bit too. Sample, paint, carefully. There's that strawberry, click, and paint over a little bit like that, carefully. Paint a little bit over there. Now come down here and paint. And I was trying to tell you there's a shortcut. Next to the letter P are some brackets. You can make your tip a little smaller. There's a bead of water. Click it and maybe give yourself another bead of water or two, right? Come over here again with your option key, click, and paint. Okay. And I'm just painting out that logo. Come down from the bottom, make my tip a little bigger with my bracket tool, painting up, getting rid of the Starbucks logo. Okay. Just to give me a few more minutes. I'm almost done. This kind of stuff, you got to take your time. Okay. Just, it's working now. You can see it's working really good. Okay. And why am I having you do this? Well, you never know. Maybe there's something that you're trying to do and you got a hold of a photograph and this is a professional tool, right? Maybe somebody got a pimple, right? Could happen, right? Your age. And you want to clone out their skin, soften it up. You know, the women are right down with that idea, right? Soften up your skin. You can clone out a pimple. You can, just give yourself an extra beauty mole. This is what the pros do when they're working on magazines, right? I'm just trying to give you the real deal here. Now in here, it's a little tricky. I'm going to zoom up a little bit on it, make my tip a little smaller, and hold on the option key and click in here and just carefully go in here and change the opacity a little bit. And this luscious goodness here, it's a little bit of strawberry. Clone over this way, paint back this way. I'm just kind of mixing it up a little bit here where I want to change the opacity a little bit more. Hold down this. I'm just trying to mix in between these two areas. So this is the part which is a little bit tricky because I'm kind of close to her finger and I want to do a nice job, but I really got to change the opacity here to make it look real. And it's still not the way I want it. I want it to be really light. Really light. It's just not too like it's not. Maybe make this, my edge, really soft. Okay, and then come in here and it's getting better in here. It's getting better. You just got to really take your time and figure out how to really make it look real. And that's all by playing with the opacity and make the brush the right size for the job. Okay. So it looks real. Okay. I'm almost there. To the point where you probably can't really tell when I back away from this what I've done. I go to my blur tool and make the blur tool and blur it. Blur all those pixels. That's what the pros do. And that's pretty darn good. When I back off of that thing, you probably can't even tell what I did. Now, the logo. The Dunkin' Donuts logo is here, but it's huge. I need to scale it. So I want the transform controls on there, and I'm going to grab it, hold the shift key to keep it proportionate, come over, and I'm going to turn it, line it up pretty much with the cup, kind of figure out where it would look good, and that's pretty good. Now, hit my mover tool, kind of lock it in place. I'm not quite done. I'm going to zoom up a little bit. About another minute, I'll be done. Go to Edit, go to Free Transform, and go to Warp. And Warp puts up a grid, and I want this to have a little bit of a, the Dunkin' to be a little bit kind of like, how do you say, bent? Like you're wrapping it, but wrap would be a better word. And wherever those little dots are, I can wrap it so that you can see I'm kind of pushing this Dunkin' Donuts up a little bit. And then hit the arrow tool at the top, and I'm done. And then that little dot on her hand, sorry, a little dot on her hand right there, which you probably can't see, but I see it. Erase it. And there it is. I just erase it. Can I get on here? I'm on the wrong layer. Erase the dot. Okay, and there it is. So fussy, right? And then save your work. Go save as. Now I had a type up here called Enjoy that I got off of Dafont.com. I double click on the layer and I hit color overlay. Maybe pick some of this orange down here, right? So pick a color here, pick maybe that pink, right? Like that makes sense, right? Girls would know this, and I don't need to be biased against the boys, but girls tend to know about color matching when they go out. Oh, my nails are pink and my belt is pink. You see what I'm saying? Or my lipstick is pink. Something else matches, so you've got some color coordination. And it's not like to say that guys can't do that, but women tend to be, I've noticed in my life, much more sensitive to this kind of color coordination and could appreciate the fact that I found something else in here that's pink, and they're like, ah, there you go. And that's just kind of common sense. But it's a learned thing. Okay, so now guys are learning about how to color coordinate. Maybe you don't like that idea, but it's okay. It's part of design. So humor me, right? Color. Now watch this. Bevel and emboss. If I click on the dot there, it's something happened, but I don't have the interface over here. Click on the word bevel. Ah, there's the interface. Now, it's got too much bevel. Okay, too much. Just a little bit, right? And maybe that's all I want right now. No, that's one way to go. I could take that off and I could do a stroke. Click on the word stroke and put, blue's kind of fun. There's your blue, right? So if I click here and pick the blue jean jacket blue, I mean, maybe better. Then I'm really getting slick, right? So see, I did that. And then I go size and maybe a shadow, drop shadow. Maybe not a yellow, maybe just kind of like a white. White's kind of fun. Kind of weird. Who would have thought a white drop shadow? And then you got your distance, right? White doesn't really work over there, so go back to kind of a regular shadow. So it'll be a black shadow, but it's we're changing the opacity, okay? And it's not really working there, so forget the drop shadow. Just the word enjoy. Then hit OK. And one last thing, I click on the T, click right in the middle of enjoy, go to warp, go to none, go to, I don't know, rise, whatever, or not, or wave, I don't know, wave maybe, or let's try twist, I don't know, play with it. Flag always works pretty good, but don't go too crazy with it, just a little bit, right? To give it a little bit of whatever. Hit OK and go to your mover tool and move it wherever you want, right? Just, wherever makes sense, right? Enjoy, right? You can even turn it, right? Just to have fun with it. Play with it however you think makes sense for it to be, right? And that's your decision. You're the artist, right? Enjoy, okay? Now, I'm going to stop recording and put this up on the web for people to look at this week. And I just went over it. I did a lot, right?